Bong. Ooh.
EA Games.
Challenge everything.
Piss off, everyone. Okay. Experience THX, apparently, because... Okay, can you... Okay, calm the fuck down. Mew, 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 mew. Fuck this goddamn shit. Okay, enough of that shit. Yes. To the window, to the wall. No one gives a shit if you die. What's going on, guys and gals? My name is Neko Fluttershy. And welcome to some good old-fashioned video gaming. Mew, mew, mew. Mew, mew, mew. Fuck this goddamn bullshit. This game is... Mew, mew, mew. Mew, mew. Alright. I feel like I should just turn everything off, because I don't care. Oh, I love this song. I like a lot of the music in this soundtrack. But this is not gonna be just the good old-fashioned whatever the fuck this is. I like this song too. Like, this is the one song I used to listen to all the goddamn time. Anyways, this is not just gonna be a video game play of... What was this game called? Fuck. Need for Speed Underground. Oh. To the window, to the wall. No one cares you have sex with Tom. Play online. You can play this game online? Really? How does that work? Like, this must have been one of the few games that actually supported online gameplay, because I don't really think... Like, even on the PS2 days, I don't really think that, like... You know... PS2 had a lot of games that could be played online. And even if it did, it wasn't that popular, as opposed to like PC or maybe Xbox or something like that. But yeah, weird. But it's not just gonna be Need for Speed Underground. It's gonna be other games as well. It's gonna be just a bunch of random PS2 games that you can play on the PS2. And how am I recording this? Well, I'm playing this on my PS4. And by the way, might I add, the games that you're about to see, aside from... I don't even think this one's on here. Need for Speed Underground and a bunch of the other games you're going to be seeing, you cannot play on PS4 normally, because they don't have PS4 compatibility on like the PlayStation Store. I mean, maybe back on the PS3 you could, because I know some of the games you can play it on like PS3. Okay, what the fuck? Okay, now the music is playing again. What the fuck? Didn't I turn this song off? Okay, fuck this song. Oh, great. Now I gotta fucking turn it off. Yeah, fine. I don't care about copyright. It's like copy wrong. Cause like I don't make money off my videos anyway because I don't have enough popularity. I'm not popular enough, I'm not cool enough, you know what I'm saying, dog? Homie, chickadee, Jesus, or whatever the kids these days say. Oh, I'm sure you do. You know what? I'm just really fucking with the soundtracks. I don't care. Okay, fine. Oh. Anything by Rob Zombie's good. Bow, wow. Rob Zombie's got some good music. But I will say that the games that you see here today in this video, you will not be able to play normally on PS4. So what you have to do the unthinkable. You have to download the goddamn motherfucking PKG somehow. You have to find a PKG for this shit. Alright. Okay. That's it. That's all we get. How do you fucking play the game? Okay. The X button is to basically go. Most of these Need for Speed games, I don't care about braking. Hell, most of the racing games I play anyway, I don't give a shit. Oh, this looks good. It actually plays pretty decently. Like, let's be real here. I know that some of these games don't look all that well on, you know, when they're basically upscaled. And I think some of these are actually upscaled. Other games are not at all. Because Jesus Christ. But yeah, I don't really think. Is it upscaled? I don't know. I can't really tell. Oh yeah. Bow, 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 wow. I love the song. But I will say that even if it's not really supposed to look this way, I think it's supposed to be played on a small-ass screen, like on an actual PS2, on one of those old-school TVs. Because if you play it on one of these newer... Fuck! If you play on one of these newer, high-tech doohickeys, 4K TVs, and the flat screens, and you know, the high definition and all that good shit, it's not really gonna look all that different. I mean, I might say it may look a little bit worse, because, I don't know. These were not designed for PS4. Even the games that run on things like PS3, they were not designed for PS3. They were just basically ROMs. They were taken... they basically took the ISO files and the ROMs and shit from... Wow, that was good. That was fun. Let's do it again. I really hate it. I hate the drifting in this game. The drifting in this game sucks, I will say. And that's the way cars are, actually. So a lot of the games you'll see me play when it comes to racing. Get out of the way, dumbass! It's not my fault. You got in the fucking way. But yeah, like, basically the controls aren't bad. But I want to tell you something, I grew up on this game. I legitimately grew the fuck up on this game. I played the... I may as well just give up at this point, because fourth place. The worst of the worst. You lost the event. Fuck you. Pretty much is what the game's telling me. Oh, that's cool. I don't really notice the decal, but it's got like a samurai on it. That's pretty cool. But I will say a lot of the games that I'm going to be playing here... Okay, you're replaying the same song that I just fucking played throughout the race. That's pretty cool. And here's the song again. Is this the only song I have turned on? Let's take a look. Like I said, I don't give a shit about copyright. I don't like copy wrong. There's one. Yeah. Oh, I love this one. This one comes first because this is different. Then this one. Alright. It's really hyped. It's a good song. Let's put everything at 3. Why not? That's a good number. Out of nowhere, 3. That's... And, you know... Oh, that does not sound right. But it sounds good now. It only really has problems when you're saving the game. Basically, when you're saving the game... Did it just say 2022? That's the fucking year we're in! Holy shit! The game is... And this game came out in the early 2000s. Because this was when the PS2, GameCube, and Xbox were the dominant consoles at the time. Or when the help menu comes up, when the help menu comes up, you're fucked. I want to play as that car. Not that. Fuck you. These aren't racing cars. That's more racing car. But damn. I will say, I can't tell any of these cars apart from, like, what we have now. Like, I can't tell a Honda Civic from the early 2000s from a Honda Civic now. Like, they all look the exact same. I will say, the same make, same model, same everything. It's a different number. Customize visual. And I remember back in the early days when I was young, you know, whenever I'd see a car that looked like it would be in Need for Speed, I would always say, "Hey, that's a car from Need for Speed Underground." So I played I played the fuck out of that game as a kid. And I never stopped playing it. I loved it. It was a really good game. I want something with top speed being high. A Mitsubishi Motors Eclipse? Fine. I guess automatic. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Was I just playing in this one? Okay, 1. No traffic on easy. Catch up. No. Unless you mean for me. If I'm like far behind, that's fine. That is totally cool. Buy and install visual upgrades to increase your reputation multiplier. Earn style points to unlock rewards. Well, fuck you then. I'm a pro at this. You know, I kind of feel bad for the people that are doing the Need for Speeding thing, like the the flag waving or whatever. You know, in NASCAR, you got some guy up on top of something so he doesn't get hit or whatever. You know, waving the white flag and the checkered flag and things like that. But in Need for Speed and all these drag racing games and street racing games and things like that, you have someone literally standing like in front of all the cars, basically not that far from them, and you have to basically trust these people that are driving not to run you the fuck over. Yeah, I kind of feel bad for the people that are doing those kind of things, but I'm like, you know, most likely you know what you're getting yourself into when you're, you know, basically driving anyway, and when you're the person doing the flag waving and things like that. So you know what you're getting into. Oh my god. They're supposed to be easy! My ass is easy! And they all finished. Oh, fuck the 21st century. Fuck all the centuries. You know. Now let me tell you something that's really good. I spammed... Oh yeah, never mind. Oh, it's getting good. It's getting good. This shit gets you pumped. Yeah! Fuck! Ah, man. But yeah, like, I'll tell you, I will go here. It's, drifting. I used to play the fuck out of drifting. I used to be a pro. Like, an absolute goddamn pro. Also, why are you playing the same song again? I just fucking had this song not that long ago. And I like Rob Zombie, but not that much to listen to him, like, every single time when I have multiple songs in the fucking playlist, okay? Calm down. Calm your tits. Calm your tits. Calm your boobs. Calm your ass. Calm your hamburgers. Too slow. Fine. But yeah, as you can see, it's really easy to get points here. Because the more points you have... And there's a trick to it. Ah, I lost it. Basically, what you want to do is try your best not to take any damage at all. Don't take any hits. Don't run into things. Don't become a drunk driver. And what you really want to do here is be careful. And you want to be better than everybody else. And that's pretty fucking obvious. I always try to go for 10,000 at the very least. If I can get more than that, that's great. Oh yeah, I almost ran into something here. Too slow? What the fuck are you talking about, too slow? I had to slow down. If I didn't slow down, I was gonna hit something. Oh, fuck! God, pissing Jesus Christ, titty wrangling fuck. No! Ah, fuck you then. My best was like 12. Damn it! Alright, let's purposefully... Yeah! There we go, that's how you do it. Oh, come on, what are you talking about? Fine. Yeah, that was too slow. But yeah, I used to be an absolute pro. If there was a fucking way to dominate video games, like a dominatrix, I would have dominated this game a long time ago, because holy shit. Also, there's a flash of lightning that just appeared right outside my window. So if for some reason you hear any sort of thunder, there you go, that'll do it. So you want to get your speed up at just the right amount. I don't want to fuck you anymore. Try to go for the points multiplier. Get the best score you could possibly get. Like, let me tell you something. I used to be an absolute... Jeez, 20 fucking thousand. You see how high you can get your score? If you don't fuck it all up? You see how high I am right now? I'm basically over 170,000. While the second best is over 20,000. Slightly over 20,000. So, yeah, I will say I am better than everyone. And I know what I'm doing. Oh! Jeez! Calm down, game! What in the fuck? No!
Keep banging on the walls!
I did not!
The fortress!
I know! I know! Team Fortress! I know! Team Fortress 2! Team Fortress 2! I know! Calm down, music! just fucking... It just blew your asshole into oblivion like fucking Skyrim shit. Like, what in the fresh unfuckness of undiddly dildoing fuck shit was that? Oh, okay, I was not expecting that. Okay. Oh my god. Yeah! Yeah! But anyways, onward to the next game, because I'm gonna go fucking absolutely insane. Yeah! We're out of control, bitches! Bong. Uh-oh.
EA Sports.
It's up your ass. EA Sports, it's in the game.
NASCAR Thunder 2003.
Oh my god, I fucking love this game. I used to play the fuck out of this game. Like, you have no idea. Between Need for Speed Underground and NASCAR Thunder 2003, these two games alone, I put more hours in than you could possibly imagine. I'm gonna fucking...
Get ready.
Get ready!
Spin in turn 2. The 108 car made some contact. Again, spin in turn 2.
Yeah, I get it. It's a good song. Calm down. Though, okay, I love this game, and for multiple reasons. And I'll show you when we get around to it. Now, okay, one thing I will say that pisses me off. A lot of other games in the NASCAR franchise, and even all the other sports games like Madden and NHL and FIFA and all that, they have a bunch, and I mean a bunch of songs for their soundtracks. This game only gets 4. 4 songs. 4 fucking songs. This one is my favorite one out of the whole bunch. Like, this is a really good song. And, I love it. Like, even if I didn't grow up with this game and grow up with the music that was in the game, these 4 songs, I would listen to this song non-stop because I love the song. It's a good song. It's a great song. It basically... It's basically how I feel most of the time. You know... And this is my second one. Close second, by the way. So I love this one. Going around in circles. That one's a good one. Or circles. Circles. And then... This one is my third favorite. And then this one. So it ranks Getaway as my favorite one, Circles my second favorite, Get Out of My Dreams. It's a remake of the original song from the early days, and then now that one being third, this one being fourth. But I will say, you know what? Fine, let's go with that one. And I'll tell you why. This game has so much customization. Believe it or not, you can make the race as long as you want, pretty much. Or as short as you want. I'm gonna go with 5. Yellow flags. Oh, you turn off yellow flags. I'll show you one reason why you should never, ever let me fucking drive. Ever. Damage and all that good shit. You know, turn that off. AI difficulty. I'm gonna turn them all. Mistakes, hit strategy, defensiveness, aggressiveness. Yeah. Bow bow bow. Mew 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 mew. But yeah, as if this wasn't enough, this game has basically endless amount of... Well, not endless amount. I mean, it kind of does because I'm playing on a PS4. So I have a lot more storage than this game thinks I have. Because they think I actually have an actual actual memory card. Man, I wish we could go back to the days of memory cards, truth be told. If we have memory cards, and I guess some people argue, if you buy one of those passport things or anything like that from 2 terabytes or 4 terabytes or anything like that for your console, then you do have a memory card. Nah. I mean, technically yes, but there was something so great about memory cards back in the day, you know? Let's go the quick race here. Oh, by the way, I should mention one thing I love about these games. You can create a car, and of course, create a driver to go with it. So go with... Bow, wow, mew, 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 mew. I wish that I could fly. What do I even try when everything I've ever known is kissing me goodbye? Yeah, I love this song. I can fucking... Like, I have both the... I have the edited version and I have a non-edited version. This is the edited one. Because in the real version, it has... basically, stay the fuck away from me, and stay the fuck away from me. Yeah, right there. That would have been that way, and also, when everything was shit, because the guy was talking about how everything was shit. Why should I stick around when everything is shit, that sort of thing. What was I doing? You know what? I like to dream too, my friend. I like it. You know what? And there actually is a real place called Hilltown, by the way. Hilltown, Florida. You mean all of Florida? You get a bunch of weird ass motherfuckers over there. Yeah, I was born in 1970. Yeah. It doesn't matter to me. But look at the pixels! But this one was actually a really fun game. Because you had all of these flames, stripes, simple, plain. Oh my god, I love this one. Like, look at all of this ribbon. Let me go with that. 100. I'm gonna go with that. I kinda like that one. I don't want decals. I can make this whatever. I mean, in later games, I think you could customize how you wanted it to be. So the highlight, I'm gonna make it yellow because of the Fluttershy. And then boom. No, I'm gonna make it black because why not? And that roof outer, again, black. I want it to be kind of decent outline. Oh my god, look at that logo. That's all of it. That's... Kmart's not around anymore. Damn. Like, looking at some of these things, how their old logos used to be, it's fucking hilarious. And I would always, every single time I would play these games, I would always go for something that was food. Like, oh, McDonald's will sponsor this part. McDonald's in that part. Anything else that involves food, like Coke. Or even though I don't drink Coke, I hate Coke. I actually hate any and all, soda or pop or whatever you people want to call it. Fizzy shit. you know, I don't drink that. I don't like the carbonation. It just doesn't taste right with me. But I will say, who cares? Is that an elephant giving birth? Alright, sometimes I feel like Flutters, I guess. Close enough to Fluttershy. You know what I was trying to do. Yeah. And there's cheat codes too in this game. Believe it or not. But like, go back. Cheat code wise, features. I don't know. What was it? Create a car. Yeah, I think it was create a car, new, and then you'd say something like, I don't know. Like, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, you basically put the name of the person you want. How do you spell his name? I'm not big on NASCAR. Like, I mean, I think... No. You know what? I'm gonna go all the way back. I knew he spelled it weird! It's also interesting looking at how, like, young these people used to be. Like Jeff Gordon. He's young here. He's old now. Okay. He's no longer driving. I think he quit. He's gone. Like, he's done with NASCAR. I think he's only an announcer. He sometimes, I guess, will show up for races, but like, he's basically done. I think he's done. He might still be doing stuff. I don't know. It's been literally forever since I watched NASCAR. It's kind of boring. You know, I don't know how or why people would want to watch that. I mean, I guess the same reason people would want to watch football or baseball. It's fucking boring as fuck. And the people that watch it are boring as fuck. I'm not lying either. Like, I'm not joking. Dale driver! I didn't save that! Fine. We'll go with the Fluttermobile. And I used to always go somewhere... What was it? It was this one or the Old Dominion. I used to always call it the Old Domination. Because I would always dominate the field. Haha. No, I was a dumbass kid. That's why I call it that. Oh my god. Here's another thing. I used to always say fuel, right, as funnel. I call it funnel every goddamn time. No, I was a stupid fucking kid back then. Okay, when I was playing it. What was that? Did the game just fuck up a little bit? Okay, you know what? Okay, that did not look right. Okay, well, once again, I don't give a shit. That does not look right. So, yeah, okay, here's what I would do. I would basically do this. This looks so weird! I'd wait for everybody to pass me by. I would drive backwards. No, seriously, this is the shit that I would fucking do when I'm playing a game of NASCAR. And I would go as fast as I can and purposely wreck these people. And, yeah, you see that car's on fire. Well, this game had the best, and it still does have the best wreck physics and graphics. And you can cause the biggest amount of just chaos you could imagine. And with no possible damage to your car at all. Like, no damage. You can wreck every single fucking person in the entire race. All 42 people. That isn't you, because there's 43 people here. How do you go backwards? Oh, wait. Oh, jeez. Okay. I gotta get used to the controls here. And I would always just do this until everybody died, as I would say. Because, you know, when your car's on fire and there's some asshole going at you over like 50 or 60 miles an hour where you're basically ramming right into them, how could you not think they're gonna fucking die? When their car's on fire, there's smoke coming from it. In reality, the cars would have fucking exploded into a pile of nothing. And the person that's driving the car would probably be dead or on fire or both. So, I mean, yeah. I would always do this. Anybody that was still alive, I would just, like... Yeah, I would purposefully just ram right into them and knock them out, set them on fire that way. Like, this is why you never let me fucking drive in any racing game. Especially this one, because let me drive is a bad idea, period. I'm on, like second lap, because I'm fucking crazy. 37, because I'm better than you. Hey, at least I'm not last. That's one thing I will say, at least I'm not last place. But, like, yeah. I don't think this is how it's supposed to look. Call me crazy, but like if you look at like, well, look at the back. It's more shinier than it should be. Look at the back of it, and look at the glass or plastic or whatever that is. I think it's like glass or something. But look at it. I don't think it's supposed to do that. Like reflect off of whatever it is it's reflecting off of. It is so weird. I fuck you. I will purposely just run out of control. But yeah, I would always do that. I would always go backwards, and I would always just essentially wreck every single person. And I would always try when they're on the final lap or when they're on the basically when they oh, fuck you. Yeah, basically what would happen is I would fuck you. There's no damage to the car itself, but the tire though. And this will slow you down. And it would make your controller vibrate like fucking crazy, and the sound it makes will drive you fucking insane. Which I guess is kind of like how it would actually happen in reality, so... Calm down, Junior. Okay. Add fuel. There is no fuel. Wait. Wedge. Oh, God! Jeez, that does not sound right. That does not sound... Oh my God, that does not sound right. That should not sound that way. That should really not sound that way. I don't know why it sounded that way. Stop making it sound that way, you fucks. Yeah, every game kind of has its issues when we're talking about PS2 emulation. Emulation is kind of hard to kind of perfect. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back and say, fuck you.
That damage will slow you down a little. Be patient. Forget about him. Focus on the race.
Forget about them. Forget about them. Forget about everybody. You know what the hell with these people. Yeah, number 9, whoever the fuck that was back in 2003 or 2002 actually. That's the thing. Hey, okay, that's way more smoke than there should be. Like, period. I don't know. Yeah, my car should have been completely destroyed after the first head-on collision. That is not at all how this... And if I don't like the results, I'll restart the race and make a bigger explosion. There it is. Let's go. Let's not go. How about we go fucking off ourselves and shit on the couch. But yeah, I would always, you know, try to be the best, right? By being the worst. If that makes any sense. Like, I would try to be the best driver by being the worst driver. Being number one by completely destroying every single person. Until I'm the only single person left on the goddamn field. On the racetrack. And, okay, you fucked up there, my friend. Hey, I don't take damage. These people do. 2 seconds ahead. Fuck you. Well, you know what they say about your penis? It's small, gritty, it gets everywhere. It's like it's rough and it's like fucking sand.
They're starting to run away from you.
Yeah?
Yikes, careful, buddy.
Because I can't drive shit. If I can make it at least the top 3.
Focus on the right.
You know what? Fuck the top 3. And there goes Tony Stewart. Yeah, I know it's the wrong way. Oh wow, that car didn't last long with me.
Let's get back out there, buddy.
Let's not get back out there.
Number 2 is waiting on you.
Because I don't care. I will purposely do this all fucking day. And this is why this is my favorite NASCAR game. And probably racing game of all time. Better than Need for Speed. Better than any of the other racing games I've played in my whole life. And I've played a decent amount. I played a lot of the other games in the NASCAR franchise. I've played a bunch of other racing games like with motorbikes and shit on like the Wii and other things like that, BMX versus ATV or whatever the fuck it's called.
Checking the sheet metal.
And I will tell you, it's not that good, you know, compared to this. Even newer games to this day do not have the same physics that this one does. It doesn't have the fun factor. Yeah, it's fun to kind of, I guess, you know, wreck into people. But when you have something like this, that, you know, even playing something on the downgraded PS1 version, because this game also came out on the PS1 as well, as, you know, whatever, because this game was just that good. They didn't really have what needed to be there. I think they had half the songs. I can't remember. It's been a while since I played the PS1 version. But it was just a downgraded version of the game. And honestly, I will say that the game is weird on that version, but other versions of this game are perfection. And, you know, this... Don't let the game actually fool you. Or don't let the footage fool you. It isn't supposed to look like this because, like I said, it's being emulated. But, a new lap record. Yay! Fuck you. But yeah, it's essentially weird emulation.
Why should I stick around when no one really cares? Why should I stick around? I hate the walls around me. Why should
Alright. Next game, motherfuckers!
I wish that I could fly?
Mew 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 meow mew. Mew 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 mew. I don't even give a fuck if everything becomes dead. I am a goddamn cat. Boom. Yes. Another game from my childhood. 3 games. Fuck, 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 fuck. I'm going to take a goddamn motherfucking bullshit. Fuck this bullshit, 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 fuck this bullshit! Yeah. Once we get through like 5 hours of fucking loading screens telling you who made the game and what made the game, and then you get to the whole Buffy the Vampire Slayer Chaos Bleeds thing, you're finally able to play the goddamn game that is the best game in this video. Oh yeah! You know, just listening to this song, the theme song for the TV series, makes me want to watch the TV series. I'm currently, I think, on season 4 or 5. Whatever the case, Buffy and friends are in college. I'm on that arc. And I guess they're trying to find and kill Adam, and Riley's doing shit, and everybody else is doing shit. Yes! Oh! But watch the gameplay here. Boom. Boom. But yeah, out of all the years that I've been playing this game, I thought somehow, some way, that was a thing that they only did for that one particular scene in the demo thing, that basically showcasing what you're going to be playing. I never could do that. I never could throw anything. I mean, holy water and hellfire, yeah. But when it came to things like an actual wooden stake, throwing a wooden stake at a vampire, I couldn't do that. So, I gotta figure that out. But yeah, like, let me tell you some good shit. Gotta wait for that to end. There we go. Alright, so... Alright. There we go. Play this game in widescreen? I don't think so. I never play any game in widescreen. But one thing I do love about this game, aside from the fact that I played this game during my childhood, So I have a lot of nostalgia for it, is the bonuses. Yes, basically interviews with people, you know, and things like that. So there's the highlights and things like that. And then
Buffy, you know, you have that.
there's
that
the
in.
asshole. Yeah, there's a lot of bullshit with Joss Whedon. I wouldn't recommend, you know, that. Like, okay. Everything I've been told and heard about the guy is really bad. So, in other words, never trust anything about Joss Whedon. He's a real dick. That's putting it nicely and mildly. But, let me tell you something. I'm the kind of person that likes to separate the art from the artist. So let's say, like, someone like Chris Brown, who's a real asshole who likes to beat women, or someone that's, like, you know, a pedophile or something like that, or someone that's, like Joss Whedon, who's a complete asshole. Like, that's them. That's not the show. That's not what the show stands for. That's not what the cast of the show, like, you know, Sarah Michelle Gellar or anybody else from things like Buffy would stand for either. So, really, it's just on the fact that the higher-ups, like, again, Joss Whedon is a complete asshole. But, you know, I mean, no one really knew that at the time, aside from the people that were actually doing it, but they never really said anything about it. They never really stood up against it until a long time ago, or, well, like, maybe a few years ago, which to me seems like a long time ago. But yeah, like, I will always love this game. I will always watch the TV show. You know, because it's on Amazon right now, and I'm watching, like, I don't know, season 4 or 5. I don't even know where I'm at right now. I'm sure it'll tell me when I go back onto Amazon, Amazon Video. But one thing I also love about this game, aside from pretty much everything, is this has basically multiplayer mode. So you can play anywhere, right? Any of these 4, and, you know, you have the main cast, and you have this asshole, that asshole, this asshole, that asshole, this hole, this, that hole, bitch, fuck face. I think this one is Joss Whedon himself, so you actually get to play as him. And some of the other guys, I don't know. Okay, you can play as Faith and everybody else, like Sid the Dummy. But one thing I will say that kind of pisses me off, though, is you have other people that would have been perfect for this game to be in it. Right? Like Angel. You could have had Angel in here. You got Buffy, you got Spike. Where's the other vampire? You know, I mean, Buffy's not a vampire, but you get what I'm saying. You gotta have, I guess, both of her love, well, I guess 3 of her love interests. But I think this one was when they were still in high school, because there's a high school level in this game. And even in the original game, because this game is a sequel. This game is a fucking sequel to an Xbox exclusive. Now, what I've always found weird, why was the original game, the original Buffy game, on Xbox and only Xbox, like the original Xbox? How many times can I say Xbox? Xbox, Sexbox. But then the sequel was everywhere. It was on the PS2, it was on the GameCube, it was on the Xbox. So you had 3 ways to play this game. 3 ways! But the original game, and this is why I didn't even know that that particular version existed, nor did I know that that game was even a thing, like, period, until a few years ago, was because I never had an Xbox, like the original. And I didn't have a 360 until, what was it, 2015, 2016, somewhere around that time. That's when I had the 360 when our neighbors threw it out. And so I was like, hey, Xbox, woohoo. And the next year, I went dumpster diving at the park and I found one that worked perfectly and like I can play discs on it. And I was looking up all the backwards compatible games because I had like 1 or 2 original Xbox titles for it. None of them worked because they're not the ones that are supported. But, you know, there was this game called Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And I'm like, what? And then Chaos Bleeds. And I'm like, oh, it's like there's like 2 Buffy games? Well, I mean, I guess I kind of knew beforehand because I was looking up gameplay a while ago on how to beat a level because, you know, the Sunnydale Zoo level, that one was a bitch. I will say, I hated that level. Worst level in the whole game. By far. But another thing I will say about it is that it was a real shit show. Because, yeah. So, and then I found some, like, a full, like, and I mean a full gameplay, like a movie of the whole game, of the original game being played. And I'm like, wait, what? This isn't Chaos Bleeds. Why are you lying to me? So, I'm like, okay, so there's another game I didn't know about. But I didn't have an Xbox, so I didn't try to pursue it. I didn't try to be like, oh, okay, I'm going to be playing this game. I'm going to be playing that game. Why are you stuck on the loading screen? Stop being stuck on the loading screen. I will bite you. I will fucking bite you. I will mew at you. Oh, and by the way, the person that voices Buffy in this game is not actually Buffy. No, Sarah Michelle Gellar does not play Buffy in this game. Yeah, they basically show her, like, right there, but it's not her. But the person that plays her does a really good job of it. You know, it almost sounds like her. And I didn't even notice that until I did a side-by-side comparison. And there she was. And I'm like, shit. That's cool. Are you going to work? Or is this an issue that comes up with certain games? They just refuse to work. Because PS2 emulation is not perfect. Great. How can I show you my fucking childhood when my childhood doesn't want to load? I will fight. I will bite. I will mew. I will scratch. I will do cat things. So many cat things that you cannot possibly fathom the amount of cat things that I will do if you do not load. It's stuck. Great. Yeah. I'm gonna see if the thing is frozen. Like, if the game is frozen, or if the whole console is. And it better be the whole console. Otherwise, fuck this shit. Bong. Now loading. Alright, so I don't... Like, the game, I think, was frozen. Like, the console wasn't. I could still, you know, do shit. Fuck this bullshit, 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 fuck this bullshit! Yeah. I like that. I like, yeah, the whole fuck this bullshit thing. But, like, I think the game crashed. Like, it didn't crash. It didn't say, oh, there's an error and blah, 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 blah. But, like, it's working fine right now, right? Oh, great, now I gotta fucking fix the audio again. Okay, let's see. What happens when I do a multiplayer match? But don't let the name fool you, by the way. Oh, 2 or more player, 2 or more player, 2 or more player. 1 player. You can play as any person that you want. This video is so gonna get copyright claimed. I don't care. Because it's like the second or third time the whole song, well, not the whole song, there's like, I guess, a longer version, but like the one that was used in the show is being played, and alright, you better fucking load this time. If you don't load, I will mute. I will okay, but there we go! It's loading! Yeah! I'm walking in circles! But yeah, this is what you do in the game. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Fuck! Stop it!
Twas you who killed the beast.
I am not used to this. I'm used to the opposite.
Hey, listen, I gotta go. No, you just stay right there.
Fuck.
Don't get up.
Fuck!
You know what? It's good to be me.
You can be a real asshole in this game, by the way. Well, and I mean like a real asshole.
Double damage!
Double damage. Oh, yes, I am, motherfucker.
They're so fragile.
Invulnerability. Mega speed. And these characters will get better. They're gonna get stronger and smarter.
Beauty killed the beast. That was almost too easy.
Slow motion. Bullshit. There we go.
Tourist.
So the game does work fine. But can we actually get to the fucking gameplay, though? And I mean, like, actual gameplay, not like multiplayer. Basically, the whole meat and potatoes of the entire fucking game. I beat this game like 2 or 3 times throughout however long. Oh, hey, you got the fucking save. You know what? Fine. Theme song, one more time. But yeah, these 3 games I just played for you guys and gals in this video. I will play them again. I will play them again for another video. I don't know when that's gonna be. Maybe after this one. Maybe some other time. I don't know. Ah, yes! Alright, now, can we fucking get to the goddamn gameplay here? If you crash, or freeze, or do anything that does not involve actual gameplay, I will fuck you up with cat-like powers. Oh, don't you fucking tell me. Don't you fucking tell me that you fucking crashed again! Is that the same point? Is that the same fucking point? Why does it allow me to play multiplayer, like, no problems at all when it comes to loading, but it'll crash when you try to fucking play the goddamn shit? And I'm not playing my physical copy. No, I'm not playing the real deal. I'm playing basically a ROM, an emulated version of the game. And it's nothing wrong with the game. Like, the game is fine. The game is totally fine. But the problem I have is the fact that PS2 emulation, like I keep saying in this video, isn't that good. Like, you have games that work flawlessly. No problems, no bugs, no glitches, no nothing. The game runs as if it was running on a PS2. No problems, no nothing. Not even any visual glitches or bugs that can happen during emulation. But when you're doing a PS4 emulation, sometimes the bugs can be small, like in NASCAR, where the reflections and shit aren't really right, and so your car looks a lot more shinier than it actually is when you play it legit, or things like that. And Need for Speed, where certain settings will make the audio slow down or the frame rate kind of slow just a little bit, a little tiny bit. From something like that doesn't really matter too much, to basically game-breaking glitches that will only happen during emulation that will completely freeze the fucking game like this. Now, I want to be perfectly honest here. I don't really fault emulation, because this is a PS4. Just because it's a PS4 doesn't mean jack shit. Okay? A PS4, PS4 never had that capability to play games backwards. I mean, it still, I think, has a chip inside of it, like the PS3 did, that allowed access to PS2. But also, think about it like the Wii. The Wii had the capability to play DVDs and things like that, right? So the Wii could play DVDs, but only if you modify it. And when you modify your console, it opens up a lot of doors that basically your console is locked behind. So, for example, I modified my Nintendo Wii. Bam! I'm playing DVDs. It's still a feature in the console itself, but it's locked behind something, and you have to use homebrew and emulation and things like that to get it out. Basically, modify your console. And that is what happens with the PS4. And because of that, they don't focus too much on, Sony doesn't focus too much on PS2 emulation, period. And some of the games that you see on the store are select few games. So your Crash Bandicoots or your Spyros or Resident Evils, those games are only the ones that Sony wants you to play. They're not going to give you games that are actually fun to play that no one's ever heard of before, like this one. They're going to go with the ones that are fun that everybody's heard of, that are cult classics in the PS1 library or the PS2 library or PS3 library. They're going to do that. They're not going to be doing some obscure game like Buffy the Vampire Slayer Chaos Bleeds. They're not going to be worried about NASCAR Thunder 2003 or Need for Speed Underground. The game that I think out of all these three in the whole video, in the whole fucking list that I mentioned, out of those three, I think Need for Speed Underground has the highest chance of being featured on PlayStation, whether it be PS Plus or on the storefront for the PS4, PS5, without needing Plus or something like that. Even on PlayStation Now, like, they could have done something like that back before they decided to do this whole PS Plus, I guess PS Plus Plus, because there's regular PlayStation Plus, and then there's the expansion to that. Think about it like Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and regular Xbox Gold, Xbox Live Gold. Xbox Live Gold will just allow you to play online with people all over the world. But Xbox Game Pass Ultimate has Gold and more, where you can download games and play them through a library that is fucking expansive and extensive and huge. But they could have done something like that for Need for Speed, and I totally see them doing that, because I think Need for Speed is one of the better games on the PS2. But I will say that just because that is the case doesn't always mean shit. Like, honestly, if the game were to work fine, if this game were to work totally fine, like, period, on the PS4, like, period. And the issues that happened here, where the game freezes or crashes or whatever, and it doesn't get past this point, if this only happened in, like, multiplayer, which I don't really care much for, to be honest, because I'd rather play the actual game itself, like the base game, and not the multiplayer or anything like that, it would be fine, because I'm playing these games for the campaign, the base game, the story mode, if you will, and not multiplayer. Now, of course, if I wanted to play this game, I have this game physically, and I could, in theory, play this one on my PS3. I'll just find a PKG. I guess there's two different PKGs. One that is PS3 compatible, and one that's PS4 compatible. Oh boy, that's pain in the ass. But I'm pretty sure this game may run pretty decently, because, believe it or not, the PS3 actually had PS2 support back in the day. There was a model of the PS3 that had backwards compatibility for the PS1 and PS2, not just PS1. So, logic would dictate that you get the PKG for Buffy the Vampire Slayer Chaos Bleeds, and that game would work fine, because they actually had support for the PS2 back in the day. And it wasn't like this PS4, where the only way to unlock it was to have jailbreak. Now, in newer versions, like the PS3 Super Slim and the regular Slim models of the PS3, yeah, you would have to have jailbreak in order to run PS2 games, and things like that, without going to the storefront. Because, you know, even the PS1 and PS2 Classics section was kind of limited. They only, had games that they recommend you play, the games that they want you to play. They're not going to, again, put in Buffy, or they're not going to put in Need for Speed, or NASCAR Thunder, or anything like that. They're going to be playing games that they know a lot of people like, and will play, and will actually be a big part of, and will actually sell well again. Because these people that have these games on PS1 and PS2 physically are like, yeah, I'll buy it digitally this time around, because I don't care. And so they do. And there you go. And truth be told, I really enjoy that. I like that, but I also don't like that at the same time. Because I think backwards compatibility should be everywhere. And I mean everywhere. And that's why I kind of like the Xbox One, especially the X model, over the PlayStation 4. I mean, I like that the PS4 is easy to modify if you have the right firmware. 9.00 is the current firmware as of now that you can actually, actually jailbreak and modify your console with. But right off the bat, the Xbox One X and the whole Xbox library, Xbox One, Xbox One S, had backwards compatibility right fucking there from the beginning. Maybe not so much the S, because that was an all-digital console, but with the Xbox One and the Xbox One X, you could play your physical 360 games like Call of Duty Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, things like that, and you could actually play them on the Xbox One X physically. And there you go. You were playing some COD before you knew it. You don't see that shit on fucking Sony's console, or even Nintendo. Like, Microsoft, I think, is the only one that actually gives a shit about backwards compatibility, when I think that backwards compatibility should be across the board. And I'm not talking about a select few games. I'm talking about all of them. And I know that, you know, it can't be that hard to program it in, where it's like, oh yeah, you know, play this game, that game. And I know it's going to be a bitch and a half, because if there's like, I don't know, several hundreds of games on the PS2, PS3, and things like that. So they would have to test each and every single game on the PS2 or PS3, on the PS4, to make sure that, hey, you know, this game works fine. This game's got bugs, we'll have to fix that later with an update or something like that. But really, like a firmware update or something like that. But, you know, and then there's PS1, so there's PS1, 2, and 3, there's a whole lot of games that you could fucking choose from there. But, I mean, it's a bitch to do it, and I know that it's complicated, and, you know, it's a lot more complicated than what I'm talking about, and even I don't know everything about, you know, how that shit works. All I know is that we need more of it. We need more backwards compatibility in this day and age. Because, you know, I, for one, want to make use of all the games that I have physically. I want to make use of all the GameCube games that I have physically, or all my Wii games physically, all my PS1, 2, and 3 games that I have physically. I want to make use of all of them. I don't want to have to be like, oh, well, I can't play these right now because my console isn't jailbroken, and you know, they don't have backwards compatibility. Oh, this game doesn't work because of reasons. Like, it works fine until you start playing the base game, and it fucking crashes when you try to fucking play the story mode, like this game. But, you know, hey, at least Need for Speed works fine, and this game works fine, and that game works fine. No, I want one, like, backwards compatibility for all consoles, all previous consoles, like, you know, for a family. And I know that, you know, nobody is ever going to really do a universal one, except maybe, like, somewhere third party, or some random ass hacker modder just modifying their GameCube in their basement, just coming up with the ultimate game console, by the way, to play PC, to play Switch, Xbox One, PS4, Game Boy, GameCube, NES, SNES, Atari, Sega, every console ever into one thing. You know, you know, hackers and modders will do that, but I don't see someone like Sony or Microsoft or Nintendo doing that. Maybe with their own, I mean, even with their own things, like, you know, I don't really see Sony doing a universal PlayStation, where it's PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5, PlayStation Portable, and Vita games all combined into one console. I don't see that happening. Or Nintendo with the NES, SNES, N64, GameCube, Wii U, 3DS, DS, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and every other goddamn thing that they've made up to the Switch. I don't see them doing that, because that would take a lot of work and a lot of trial and error, and I'm pretty sure that with backwards compatibility that they would have to test it out, because some of this technology, like the GameCube, we haven't seen technology like that in 20 years. Literally, 20 fucking years. We have not seen the GameCube technology then. And just because we have better technology now doesn't mean shit, okay? I mean, let me tell you something. Let me fucking tell you something right off the bat. So, you have an RTX 3090, right? You know, hypothetically, the best of the best right now. And you try to play a game that would run smoothly as fuck, like Doom, right? Doom 2016. Well, there are issues with that. I was watching a live stream a couple of days ago, maybe a few weeks ago, of Faith, aka Maliminous, playing Doom 2016, and he has a setup that is it could run like 10 or 20 tabs of Doom 2016 while live streaming and whatever else he needs to do, and it would still run perfectly on all cylinders. It would stream perfectly. It would run Doom at 60 FPS on full screen, mind you. Like, he has that kind of setup. One of the best out there, I'd say. But the game doesn't really work all that well. Like, there are issues. I've heard that the Doom Slayer just does wherever he wants anyway. He goes wherever he wants, and he's like, yeah, fuck you. And things like that, and, you know... And I'm like, wow. And it kind of goes to show, just because you have top-of-the-line hardware and top-of-the-line software, basically the best of the best, doesn't mean shit when you're playing a game, period. Because, you know, the PS4, it can run leagues around the PS2, and it should run every single game ever. Every PS3 game, PS2 game, PS1 game, perfectly. And any resolution, like, right out of the box, it shouldn't have to fucking, you know, edit settings or whatever. But that's not how it works. Just because something is powerful doesn't mean it's powerful enough. And it doesn't mean that emulation will work. Try RetroArch, for example. RetroArch on a PS3, I think, is better than on PS4. That's just me. I know I went on a fucking rant, but you know what? Fuck me. I don't care. I'm a cat. And as a cat, I'm just gonna mew. But yeah, this has been 3 video games that I had played in my childhood. Yes, 3 games that I grew up on back in the day. And I'll tell you a little story. If I can get this game to run, I think I may have to uninstall, reinstall. I may have to start doing some fuckery of all kinds just to kind of get the game to maybe consider working. Maybe I'll just reinstall the thing. Maybe I'll... And maybe it's because I got this game from a wrong website. That's also another possibility. It's like, even though, you know, it's a game that works fine, if you get the particular ROM or ISO or whatever the case may be from another website, it's not really going to work all that well compared to another one. So I downloaded these games from a place called Vim. VIMM. I think it's .net, .com, .something. Basically, it's an archive of all sorts of amazing games from past to present, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, just because I get my games from that website, sometimes they may not work that way because of whatever the case may be. And it's not likely that will be the case. It's more likely the fact that, oh, well, the PS4 simply can't run this game even though it should. You know, it's more likely of that being the case, because not all games will run perfectly on the PS4, because the PS4 was never meant to run PS2 games. Like, period. Except for the games that they have on their storefront, but they somehow made those into PS4 ready games. If they were still PS2, like PS2 classics or whatever, they would probably not work all that well. There would still be bugs and glitches and errors. Think of that the same way when trying to run some PS4 games on a PS5. You know, just because it has backwards compatibility doesn't mean that the game is going to work fine. Always remember that. Always remember that every single game has a potential to not work the way that it's supposed to work, or that it would work on original hardware. We've already mastered, you know, Atari, NES, SNES, but as we're getting into the more 3D things like N64, PS1, PS2, GameCube, it kind of gets a little tricky to emulate. Like, I've seen GameCube and Wii games run perfectly, perfectly across the board. So I think we've done good with that. GameCube and Wii with Dolphin. But when it comes to like PS2 or PS1 and 64, especially those, I don't really think we have perfected it. And there's a Nintendo Switch emulator already out there. I think there's a PS3 emulator. Well, those are just gonna fucking take a long ass time to actually get to work because, well, that's just the way it goes. That's the way the meatball bounces here in hell. But yeah, just keep that in mind. Not every game's gonna work out the way you want it to. It's not gonna be perfect. You may need to get a little bit of trial and error for it to work. It may never work. Or it may run perfectly. It may work just the way it should. That's just the way it goes. And until things get better with homebrew or emulation in general, that's just the way it's going to be for a while. But I know people are always upgrading and always expanding and always trying to make things better. And it also could just be the fact that, I have a PS4 and not a PS4 Pro because the PS4 Pro is better, slightly better hardware. It can run in 4K. And that could be it. But if you're running Linux on a PS4, it's better to run it on a regular PS4 and not a PS4 Pro. So that is not always the case. I'm a nerd! What the fuck are you talking about? I'm a goddamn nerd. I'm a motherfucking nerd. Wow. But yeah, that's it. Just 3 games from my childhood. And I will be playing more games from my childhood, because I have a lot of other games to play on the PS2 that I grew up on, and things that are basically on other platforms. I played mostly on the GameCube, like Sonic Mega Collection and Sonic Heroes. I played those games religiously every day on the GameCube, but they're also on the PS2, so I can download the files for those and put them on the console, and I'll play them that way. Assuming they will work fine. But anyways, that's it. I'm done. Video over. Peace out and brohoof and all that good shit. BAM! How's that for a comeback video? I haven't uploaded in almost 10 days. Holy shit. I really need to fucking just... Whew! Because I have 2 or 3 videos I haven't even made yet. I've made them, but they're all split into different parts. And I have to edit them in. But editing just... I don't fucking feel like doing that right now. And this one is no exception, so that's 4 or 5 videos I have that I need to do. And I've already planned on making 2 more videos. I just can't stop. I'm going crazy, guys and gals. I'm going absolutely batshit crazy trying to figure this shit out. Because fuck me, I'm a cat. Yeah.